여러분 안녕하세요. 지니 선생님입니다. So far we have learned Korean consonants and vowels. Today we're going to make the combination of them and we'll be able to read Korean. Are you excited? I am. First of all, let's take a look at my name. My family name is Shim and my first name is Jeannie. Since Korean used the family name first, it is written and read Shimjini. This word has 3 letters. Each of this word that has 1 syllable is called a letter. So like many of Korean names, my name has 3 letters. Then I'm going to look at the first letter of my first name, Ji. We're going to look at which consonant and vowel are used. From this letter, can you identify the consonant Ji? What about the vowel? Do you see E? Then let's take a look at the second letter of my first name, Ni. Do you see the consonant Nian and the same vowel E? As you see, when you make a Korean letter, you need to have a consonant first. Then what about a horizontal line? Where would you put that one? A consonant should be placed above the horizontal line this time. For example, when Nian and U are used, Nian should be on top of the vowel U because U is a horizontal vowel. Make sense? So I will write the rules to make a Korean letter. First, a consonant and a vowel. Second, a consonant, a vowel, and another consonant. Third, a consonant, a vowel, and 2 consonants. I will explain once again the first rule using a consonant and a vowel. In Korean, you need to have a consonant first. Therefore, you cannot use a vowel by itself like a, or o. To make each vowel a letter, you need to place a consonant that does not have any sound, which is iung. Therefore, it becomes a, or o. Make sense? Other examples are you, ya, u, e, and u. When you make a Korean letter, be sure to place a consonant in front of a vertical vowel. There's no such thing like this or this. So can you read this? Ka. We know that 기억 has a sound of G, and A is pronounced A. It becomes ga, correct? Really simple, huh? Then what about pu? Notice that a horizontal vowel is used and a consonant is placed on top of it. Now let's take a look at the second rule to make a Korean letter. It is to have a consonant, a vowel, and another consonant. A typical example of this letter is my family name, Shim. Notice that 2 consonants, 시옷 and mium, are used. Because 2 consonants are used, to differentiate them in terms of their name, the first consonant is called an initial consonant, and the second consonant is called a final consonant. The final consonant is called 받침 in Korean. Let's memorize it right now. 받침. It refers to the final consonant. The only difference of the second rule from the first one is to have the final consonant, which is 받침 in Korean. When you use the 받침, its place is always under the letter. So without the 받침, my family name becomes Shi. Now I'm going to add the 받침 under the letter. To have enough space to place the 받침 in the box, I'm going to squeeze the letter up and place mium under there. Then it becomes shim. Reading is the same as before. We have S, E, and M. Put them together and it becomes shim. Therefore, just know the rule that 받침 should be placed under the simple letter. Let's practice a few. Let's read 한국어. How would you read this? Notice the first letter has a consonant, a vowel, and a consonant. Here has H sound. A has a sound. And Nian has a N sound. So putting the sounds together, it is read Han. Same thing for the second letter. Kiok, kiok. It is read Guk. What about this? Do you remember that a consonant should be placed first to make a letter, and for a vowel itself, you're going to have the silent iung, so is read aw. Reading those three letters together, it is read 한국어. That means the Korean language. Another thing I want to mention is that when you read a Korean letter that has a 받침, be sure to have only one syllable. For example, to read, don't read it as 책. If you read it that way, that has two syllables. Make it only one syllable. Then it becomes 책. How about this? Did you read this? 꽃. How about, it should be 남. Let's read the following words together. Ready? 동, 북, 망, 낙, 박, 편, 말. The last rule to make a Korean letter is to have two consonants as 받침. Examples are 안, 이, 널, 갑, 목, 안, 삼, and so on. You don't have to know which ones are available. Except a few cases when a first consonant is pronounced and the second one is silent. That means this letter is pronounced an. And this one is pronounced il. Is 널 and is 갑. Of course, is pronounced 삼, and this is a rare case. And these two different consonants are used only for 받침, not as initial consonants. So just remember the rule that when you have two different consonants, read the first one only for most cases. Okay, so just summarizing the rules to make a Korean consonant. The first one is to have a consonant and a vowel. You need to have a consonant first to make a letter like 가, 나, 다, 무, 마, 토, 이, and 사. The second rule is to have a consonant, a vowel, and a consonant. This is a case where you have a 받침. Examples are 한국, 일본, 독일, and 중국. The last rule is to have a consonant, a vowel, and two consonants as a 받침. Its examples are 갑, 목, 삼, 안, and 덜. To practice reading Korean letters, there is the Korean chart. As you see here, Korean consonants are here as a row, while Korean vowels are in the order in a column. Having one row and a column, you can make a letter. For example, have 기억 and a, then it makes the letter ga. You can move on and you can read na, ta, ra, and so on. You can read vertically as well. That means you're going to keep the same vowel, but keep changing the consonant. So it reads ka, na, da, ra, ma, pa, sa, a, cha, 차, 카, 타, 파, and ha. Interesting and simple, huh? I hope you practice after downloading this 한글 차트. 감사합니다. See you later.